Hi there. My name is TB33. This channel is mainly focused on Thomas the Tank Engine and friends, and his many adventures. A lot of people have asked me, why do I like Thomas? When did it start? Why do I like it so much? So in today's video, I'll be explaining once and for all why I love Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas the Tank Engine started out as a book series created in 1945 by the Reverend Robert Audrey. However, these stories were created for his son Christopher Audrey at 3 years old when he had the measles. He created these stories to entertain him while he was sick. After Christopher got better, his wife Barbara for years tried to convince him to publish the stories until one day in 1945 she managed to finally convince him, and the first book, The 3 Railway Engines, was published. Since then, the railway series grew and grew more and more, and it got bigger and bigger over time. Wilbur wrote the first 26 books and retired, and his son Christopher Audrey finished the series in 2011 with the remaining 16 stories. While the show was created in 1984, there had been attempts before. In 1976, there had been a cartoon version attempt for it, however that one was cancelled. It kind of looks awfully familiar, doesn't it? And even earlier than that, in 1953, BBC News tried to make an adaptation of the sad story of Henry, and while it was made, it was cancelled as it was recorded live and an engine derailed and a hand was shown. And Wilbur Audrey was embarrassed and said that there will be no more adaptations of the series, which obviously was not true. The series was created by Britt Allgoff in 1984, with the show composers Michael Donald and Junior Campo, and the director David Mitton and Robert D. Cardona, along with a very big crew. The show today is still running, even though now it's garbage. But we remain here to focus on the classic era. My mom told me this story when I was just a few years old, but essentially the story goes that one day I woke up right before 6 a.m. and my mom turned on the television while she made some breakfast for her. And she heard me start like giggling or making baby sounds, I was just a few months old. And when she got to the television, on Discovery Kids, Thomas was playing. So that same day she went and bought my first ever DVD, a slim cover version of the DVD of 10 Years of Thomas. The reason why it was slim cover was because it brought the 60th anniversary gold Thomas, which I still own today. And she not only bought me the first DVD, she also bought me my first toys, a wooden railway Percy, which I sadly lost, and a wooden railway Thomas, which I still own. However, it had been modified from the original version, and I kinda regret that. Yikes. Well, I do like some other stuff than Thomas, I like Pokemon, JJ the Jet Plane, Tug, Zero Tugboat, Scooby-Doo, Sonic, Mario, and a bunch of others. I think I only like kids shows. Now, I have many reasons why I love Thomas, but for today's video, I decided to narrow it down to 3 main reasons. Reason number 1, the beautiful models and sets. Thomas was a show that really shined on models and sets. The models always look so realistic and so beautifully done together. Like, the season 5 model for the narrowgauge engines are just spot on beautiful. Like, look at the model of Duncan or Peter, Sam, or Rusty, who's one of my favorite characters of all time. They just look so wonderful. And oh, the standard gauge engines, like look at Oliver or Gordon or Thomas. They all look marvelous. And oh my goodness, their sets are beautiful. Like, look at this one from Thomas going to the waterfall, or Rusty and Stepney going to this bridge at the night at the mainland. It looks so beautiful. Or this shot from Duncan gets book on Duncan crossing the bridge at night with the fog. Oh, it's just so perfect. Reason number 2, the morals. Thomas, of course, is a kids show, and every episode, or some of them, had a lot of morals, like never giving up, or the power of friendship, or determination. But what I love about Thomas is that the stories never said to kids, "Oh, being different is good." No, it was gently massaged into the story to the point where sometimes it would take you a while to realize what was the moral of the story. And that's what I like about Thomas. While the Brenner era Thomas had beautiful stories, I kind of feel like the morals were always obviously told, and sometimes at the end of the story, they would just straight up say the moral. I don't know, that doesn't feel really Thomas. And what about the classic series is exactly that. They never jammed the morals down kids' throat, It was massaged in gently into the story, and that's what I really like about that. The last reason being the relatable characters. Thomas, of course, obviously had a bunch of characters, and a lot of them are quite relatable. Such as James, for example. James always shows off his pain, saying that he's the world's shiniest red engine in the world, and always tries to seem like the biggest engine and strongest engine and fastest engine in the world, when in reality he's just a 060, mixed traffic engine. Like Edward, he's not much different. And sometimes in life, we can think that of ourselves, that we're sometimes better than we are, or better than everyone else, or we are much more than we are. But sometimes when you come down to reality, you're not really all of that. And James always showed us that. And with Gordon, he's proud that he's, the fastest engine on Sodor, and he pulls the express, Or Thomas, he's a kind, cheeky little engine who always wants to be working hard. Or Edward, who is wise and gives advice to others and tries to help others out despite them being mean to him, Personally, I'm kind of between Thomas and Edward, because my parents say that all the time, that I kind of between Thomas and Edward. And I kind of see that, but yeah. And that's why I love Thomas the Tank Engine. It never talked down to kids, or jammed the morals down the throats, or had characters that you never really liked, The show itself is just beautiful. In my opinion, Thomas and Friends is a perfect show. While in some cases there are some things that do kind of bother me, I consider it a very perfect show. It has perfect characters, beautiful sets and models, beautiful music, and so much more. I love Thomas the Tank Engine because it teaches you who you are and who you should be, with the morals it teaches and beautiful models. Thomas really is amazing. It means a lot to me, as it's been part of my life for basically my entire life at the moment, and I don't plan of stopping loving it.